Viltrox DC-50 5-inch LCD screen is perfect for those in a studio or maybe on top of a gimbal or handheld, kind of walking around with the camera, who want to get a better view, either because the screen on the back of the camera doesn't articulate enough to give you a nice view, or it's just too small from where it is, or maybe if you're using it on a gimbal, the motor on the gimbal's getting in the way of the screen. So by putting this extra small 5-inch screen on top, you're actually getting around that problem. I was really impressed with the packaging. It felt like a quality product and quality packaging. Inside they do actually give you 2 HDMI cables. One is the standard size and one's the small mini size. However, I found them not to be very strong, and one actually broke off at the end, so I've got some new cables that I use and I've not had a problem since. You get the nice little mount at the bottom which allows you to articulate the screen so you get a better view, and I think it's nice that it also comes with this built-in sort of flip out lens hood as well. And also the fact that the screen is an anti-glare screen coating is a benefit for use outside or in bright environments too. But overall, really kind of pleased with the way that this thing's put together, the way it's packaged. There's obviously a lot of thought gone into it, and the features it's got are great for something this small at this kind of price bracket. It's something that you don't normally see until you spend maybe 5 times as much. On the back, it just takes standard old Sony kind of battery sizes on there. The battery clicks in place, and then obviously you've got your switch controls on the side. And the screen's really bright, it's very easy to see. It's not something that you might expect of the latest tablet or latest smartphone technology type of screens. By pressing in the little side control knob wheel, you can go through all the settings, so you can change the contrast, the brightness. It's even got built-in speakers, you can change that. You can mirror it, you can flip it round. You can also change the input, and you can also change the resolution from auto or to a set resolution you want as well. So the layout, quite simple. On one side you've got a DC adapter to plug in extra power should you need it if the onboard battery starts to fail, or if you don't want to work that way. You have the power switch on and off, and also, like I say, the little control wheel on the side which allows you to push in to select, and then obviously scroll ups and scroll downs and push to select and enter. So the whole kind of setup of this and the thought process behind it is just for ease of use and simplicity. Then on the opposite side is your inputs. So HDMI in, it's a standard HDMI size connector, and there's also a mini version for HDMI out if you want to go to another monitor, or if you want to go to a recorder. And you've then got your AV and SR inputs as well, so that you've got a shutter release control if you wanted to do that way, and obviously AV if you wanted to do the old way of connecting an input into the monitor, or something else to connect to the monitor as well, like an old video camera or something like that as well. So they've thought of everything, and then there's a little cover at the end that flicks back over to it to keep it all nice and safe. So the monitor mount basically just screws on the bottom. It's got a little locator, and then you've got your 1/4-inch screw. Simply just turn the dial there, tighten it up, and then allows you to connect the monitor on top of a camera for hot shoe or a cold shoe adapter if you got it onto a rig or anything like that. But it's also got a 1/4-inch thread at the bottom as well, so if you wanted to put it onto a light stand or something. This is the power up sequence in real time, so you get the logo, then there's a blue screen which shows your input, and then shortly after that you actually get a connection back through to the camera, and you can see everything that's going on, start to use the camera. Just bear in mind this isn't a 4K resolution monitor, it is 1080 at 60 FPS, but it will obviously show you a 4K image just at 1080. It does mean that sometimes when you're looking at menus and things like that, they appear to be quite small. So as you can see, looking at the screen itself, it does need a little bit tweaking here. I've played around with it, but obviously between indoors and outdoors it needs a little bit tweaking too. It is really clear, but it is subject to a bit of washout unless you set the contrast and everything up on the monitor, but the controls on there do allow you to set everything up for that situation. I'm just playing back a video I've previously recorded. Here on the outside you can see it's all set up, and here's a good example of how well the anti-reflective, anti-glare coating on the screen works, and the hood that it comes with as well. So there is a little bit loss of detail there in the direct sunlight on the screen, but hardly any, and the coverage you get from the pop-up little hood there is fantastic. You know, in comparison to what's shown on the back of the camera, what you can actually see through the hood's a lot more, so it's very good in that sense. Now here's a little bonus for you Sony Alpha users out there. With the collection of little sort of cables and connectors here, this monitor and its battery turns into a power supply that will charge your Sony camera. So basically there's a cable here which is a micro USB data blocker cable, so it only acts as a charge cable. Then we've got a little converter that goes from a mini USB into a female to female USB, which basically means that the monitor, when it's turned on, the battery inside it will go straight through to your camera and appear as a charge voltage only. I've tried it as a straight through cable and that just didn't work whatsoever, so with this little makeup of little cables and connections, so it all allows you to charge your Sony Alpha camera, because we all know how bad the batteries are especially when you're doing 4K while you're using the monitor. Thank you very much for watching today. I hope you like this video. Please do smash that thumbs up button if you did, and if you've not already, why not hit that subscribe button too, and I will catch you on my very next video. Please comment down below as well if you think that this little getup is exactly what you need. Look in the video description if you want to get all these little cables, including the little mini HDMI cable, and all the other gizmos are all linked down below, so you can go buy them. And hope you have fun if you do. It's very simple and very easy to use. But until the next time, thanks very much. Take care now. Bye.